For today's lesson, we will going to tackle the styles of service. First, I would state the objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students would be able to identify the different styles of service and understand the different style of service. There are 5 styles of service. First is the waiter service. More commonly known as the sit-down service, this type of service requires a waiter to take care of everything from taking orders to serving food and payment. As we observe usually in restaurants, hotels, and other food businesses, a waiter will first approach guests, greet, and after ask for their orders, state waiting time, serve, and present the bills after. Second, the Chinese banquet service. Another form of waiter service where each waiter takes care of a table or group of tables with 10 to 12 guests. A service where one waiter will be assigned to take care of orders of 10 to 12 guests. He or she will attend to the needs of these people. Dishes served one by one at the center of the table, and the guest will do is to share this with their groups. Third, buffet service. In a buffet service style, guests can choose their food from a wider selection made available on buffet line. Buffet, most commonly known as the food line-up and guest line-up to take food. There are 4 types of buffet service style. First is a simple buffet, where guests get food from a buffet line and waiters move around to clear tables and help guests with minor requests. Here, the buffet setup waiters are there to assess guests while lining up and choosing food. Second, station type buffet. Waiters serve the beverages while guests get the other dishes from the buffet line. While the guests are taking foods from the tables, the waiter will serve beverages. Third, modified deluxe buffet. Tables are set up with cutlery. Waiters serve beverages, coffee, and dessert while guests get the other dishes from the buffet line. In this type of buffet, tables are set up with specific cutleries like the station type buffet. Waiters serve beverages, coffee, dessert while guests stand up to get other dishes they would like. And lastly, type of buffet, deluxe buffet. Waiters serve appetizers, soup, and or salad beverages. Guests take the other dishes from the buffet line. In here, the buffet services is more elegant and services of food mostly complete from appetizer to beverages, service, and guests get up and get their choosing other dishes they would like to. And the fourth styles of service is the self-service. Diners place, pay, and pick up their orders at the counter similar to fast casual and fast food establishment. Usually happen in fast food like McDo, Chowking, Jollibees, where you're gonna choose your orders, pick ups, maybe dine in or take out, and pay your order at the counter. Fifth, the semi self-service, where it's similar to self-service. This type of service requires diners to order and pay for their orders at the counter, but waiters serve the food when ready. So, in semi-self-service and self-server are mostly the same. But semi-self-service, you get orders, pays, and they will give you table number for you to wait for your order. So there are other types of food service styles. First is the silver service style. Silver service is a method of serving style dishes are presented and transferred to the guest plate using a service spoon and fork. It is a formal way of serving. So it is a formal service. It is called silver service because the way they use cutleries like spoon and fork and other knife, it is in the form of silver. A formal service style where waiters present dishes to transfer food using silverwares. Second is the American service style. Simple and informal form of service style, also called plated service. Dishes are neatly plated in the kitchen by the kitchen staff and placed on the guest cover on the right hand side. Food are plated already at the kitchen before serving it to the guest's right hand side. So in the third types of food service styles, there is also buffet service style. Self-service where food is displayed on the tables. As I said earlier, buffet service style is used as self-service where waiter will only assist and the guest will line up to the food where they will get it. So fourth is the French service style, also known as family service. In French, service is found in family pensions and banquets, commonly seen in family gatherings, reunions, and others where the service style is like good for family occasions. Fifth is the Russian service style, very elaborate service and may be also termed a sideboard service. In this style, large joints, roast poultry and whole fish and so on are served. A large roast as a center will commonly known as the trademark for this service style where it emphasizes dishes like because of the size of the dishes where it is large, whole, like that. So sixth is the Gardon service, also named as the trolley service. In this style of service, dishes are prepared, carved, dressed, or flambed in the trolley in front of guests and served with the service spoon and fork. A showcasing kind of service style where waiter will demonstrate or do cooking magic at the front of the guest and serve. 7. Tree service style. Dishes ordered by guests and neatly portioned and arranged on a tray with necessary cutlery taken to the rooms by waiters. This is mostly known as the room service for hotels where you order food via phone call or telephone connected to the hotel, restaurants, or cafeteria, and the staff will knock through your door with the food at the tray served. So next is the self-service, simplest form of service method where members of service staff do not serve the guests. Customers help themselves with the dishes they would like to consume. So there are three types of self-service types, which is the cafeteria service, counter service, vending service. Where, for example, the vending service where you gonna insert coins, the food or the sachet will go under so you can get it easily. So get like in the cafeteria, get your own trays, counter pays your pay kanang bills, you will gonna pay it on your own. So insert coins and the food will easily get. So next is the cafeteria service. There are two types of cafeteria service. The first one is a traditional cafeteria service, widely followed in the institutional and industrial catering establishments. So it commonly traditional cafeteria services is commonly catered many peoples like in the factories, companies, and industry have their own cafeteria for employees and visitors. So second is the free flow cafeteria service. Counters are segregated according to the type of dishes offered like hot or cold appetizers, soups, breads, sandwiches, entrees, salads, pasta, and so on. So in this free flow cafeteria service, there are so many kinds of dishes which is sort out in different counters and kinds to like breakfast, lunch, dinner, which is there is a specific time to eat. So that would be all.